can help you all. So that's one point I wanted to make. Also, I'm thinking about, what is the best thing that people can do to be progressive and not reactive. And the best thing you can do is be proactive about what you're doing, both with teachers, with staff. You want to do things before these students are coming into your classroom who need the different things that they're asking for, right? Like, okay, this environment, is it student friendly or is it not student friendly? Do people feel really cramped and like they're sitting on top of each other? Is the temperature of the room okay? So different things that you can do and keep in mind before students are coming into your space to make it accessible for people who come in the future, because we want to make it accessible for people regardless of the experience that they're going to have. A lot of people who are incarcerated might have different experiences growing up within the education. Maybe their K through 12 education wasn't great. They might not have gone to school regularly. They don't have parents who might understand their different needs. Maybe they were stigmatized based on the diagnosis they got from the doctor, or whenever they're getting a diagnosis. And so when they come into the system, maybe on the outside they didn't have a diagnosis, and now they're coming into the system, they're coming into prison, they get diagnosed, and they're told, too bad, you're not going to get the accommodations you need. And so just thinking about how we can help with cost as well, trying to avoid a lawsuit, because lawsuits are more expensive than just providing the accommodation. This is both for visible and hidden disabilities. Within prison culture, disabilities, you're seen as, people don't want to be seen as weak in prison culture, and if they know that you have a disability, you might be seen as weak. When I arrived, a mental health professional came up to me in front of everybody and said, "Oh, what's your experience with PEP in the past?" And I was like, well, I don't want to tell you in front of all of these people so that they can have a perception of me as a person with a disability. Like, I don't want to tell you in front of all of the people who are there. And so I know I was thinking, like, don't ask me these types of questions in front of my peers. And a lot of the time, people who are incarcerated will just be quiet and not disclose certain things because they don't want to be perceived as weak in front of other people who are there. So just important things that we can do, again, being proactive instead of reactive. That's why we're working together to come up with this training guide that's going to have a list of things that people can do. Like, okay, does my institution have X, Y, Z, and the other? For disability services, do we have a disability services office? Do we have a registrar? Do we have accommodations for people? Just different things that we should have. Financial aid, also FAFSA. That form is so confusing for a lot of people with disabilities, and it can be confusing for neurotypical people as well. So how do we approach FAFSA? We need to work together to be proactive, to try to think of these things before they come up. If we're waiting until the last minute, we kind of put our foot in our mouth with what's going to happen. Recently in Wisconsin, my organization was set up in 2016. We were talking with MATC in Milwaukee, picking on y'all a little bit, but Wisconsin has recently had a lawsuit where they settled with the DOJ and DOC. DOC was providing deaf people in Wisconsin with $13,000 each for this lawsuit, and they said, okay, we're done. And that doesn't do anything to help the situation with access before they got to the point of a lawsuit. So it might not be the right answer, but again, we need to think about these things ahead of time. Communicating with your team is really important to talk about what you can do and do together so that we can be successful and make sure that the students are equally as successful as well.
The proactive approach is so important. Currently, my university is going to start teaching 4 credit classes at a brig in the fall, which, for those who don't know what a brig is, it's a military prison. So that's going to be a very unique experience for me, because now all of a sudden I have the students and the COs are all enlisted Marines, and then you have the COs saying yes sir or yes ma'am to these students because they actually outrank them. So it's gonna, anybody else on the break? Anybody else teaching the break right now?
No, that's
Yes.
just doing
We're gonna connect later, because I have all the questions. So is my campus, because they're way behind the ball. But anyway, looks like we have a question here.